Hey, everybody, and welcome to the WLBT Digital News Desk. I'm CJ LeMaster, your host, and we have a lot of news to get to today, a lot of updates to some of the news that we were telling you about yesterday, of course, and there's a lot, and so it's probably a lot more than we typically would have had on the show, but we want to make sure that we are giving you updates as far as the violent weekend that we had and everything else. So it's it's a lot today, and hopefully we won't. Once we're able to get more information about these cases, we'll be able to talk about more positive things and things that are going on in the area. So we want to welcome everybody who's joining us right now on our Facebook live stream. We have several of you watching there, also on YouTube, where we are live streaming, and our OTT platforms, our app, a lot of different ways that you can watch us here. First person to say hello today is Sheikah Hampton. That is a ton of hearts. My goodness, Sheikah, thank you so much for that. Almost so many that you can't really see. I have to kind of like lean up a little bit so you can see me over all these hearts. That's really cool. I appreciate that. And we appreciate everybody watching today. We want to go ahead and get ready to tell you about what we know at this point as far as these cases. But we first want to tell you about a homicide that the Jackson Police Department's investigating from yesterday. Another deadly shooting that happened in a Northwest Jackson neighborhood. This is video of that scene. Interim Jackson Police Chief Tyree Jones says the victim was found yesterday morning inside a home on Liberty Street near Hawkins Field. The coroner has identified him as 33-year-old Latariance Barnes. If you have any information about this shooting, please call JPD or Crime Stoppers. Police in Clinton say a woman has died after she was shot multiple times at an apartment complex there. That shooting happened yesterday morning at the Windsor Village Apartments on Woodstone Road. The victim, identified as 45-year-old Delilah Harris. No word this evening, or this afternoon, I should say, on a suspect or motive at this point, but we are going to continue to follow that. Big update in the Leland mass shooting that we have been following and we've been telling you about. We told you about it yesterday, and of course over the weekend as well. We now have 4 suspects that are in custody with associated with that mass shooting, the deadliest in the U.S. so far this year. The FBI saying that these 4 individuals, Tevion Powell, Morgan Lattimore, William Bryant, are charged with capital murder. LaToya Powell is charged with attempted murder. Now, 6 people were killed in that shooting. And here's some video from, of course, the scene out there. This happened last Friday on Main Street in Leland. The FBI says more arrests are likely. The Bureau is still asking anyone with information, photos, or video to come forward. Call 1-800-CALL-FBI or send your information. Go to tips.fbi.gov to be able to get that information out there. In Heidelberg, that's another one of these deadly shootings that we're following. A second person now charged in connection with the double killing at the homecoming game there. Jasper County Sheriff's Department says 19-year-old Damarin Starks is charged with accessory and tampering with evidence. Tyler Goodlow was previously arrested and faces capital murder charges. Authorities say more arrests are likely for the deaths of 35-year-old Chris Newell and 28-year-old Makia McCrae, both of Laurel. Three on your side now, hearing from a woman who witnessed the deadly shooting over the weekend at Alcorn State University. That's where a Vicksburg woman was killed and two others hurt in that Saturday night shooting on the Alcorn State campus. And again, this is something that hit close to home for her and also for us too, because it's somebody that I know and I've worked with for some time. Her name is Aubriana Lowry, excuse me. She's a producer here at WLBT. She normally works on Saturdays, but she took the day off to join the homecoming festivities at her alma mater. Lowry says after the football game, when alumni typically gather and socialize, things took a turn. Around 6:30, shots were fired near the IT building and a gas station. She tells us it was terrifying.
Well, I heard maybe, 4 to 5 gunshots just rung out of nowhere. Mind you, everyone, this is after the game, music's going, food, cookout, etc. And just out of nowhere, you just hear boom, boom, boom. And that's when I was like, get down. Everybody was like, duck. And, for a moment, it was just kind of like chaos. But yeah, it was scary.
The woman who was killed was identified as 29-year-old Brakira Fisher. So far, no one has been arrested for that shooting. If you have any information that could help with the investigation, please contact police. Now, Alcorn's Office of Religious and Spiritual Life released a statement saying, in part, our hearts are heavy as we mourn the tragic loss of life and the trauma experienced during what was otherwise a joyful time of homecoming celebration.
Well,
as we grieve,
4 to 5
I'm sorry about that. That was still playing. As we grieve the passing of Miss Brakira Fisher and pray for the healing of those injured, let us also hold their families and one another close in the bonds of faith, hope, and love that define us as Braves. Now, a balloon release is being planned this Thursday to honor the victims. It will be held at 5:30 that evening at the Alcorn Chapel on campus. Mississippi Valley State University has its homecoming game this coming weekend, and you can expect beefed up security if you're there. Here's some of the things you can expect. Cars will be inspected as they arrive on the campus in Itabena. Guns will be strictly prohibited. You'll also see additional lighting and barricades across campus to improve visibility and manage crowd movement there. The university says that campus access in general will be restricted on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The university says that tailgating activities will conclude by 9 o'clock Saturday night. And again, that's kind of going around the world on a lot of stuff that we're just trying to get you updates on. Britt joining us today saying, hey, everybody just made it in. Hey, you're not late. You're good. We're just getting through some of the top stories here. And certainly anything that you've missed, if you need us to go back, we can talk about that as well. Again, as we're doing these updates on these shootings, it's a lot of information. It was a lot of weekend violence, so I appreciate everybody being patient. We want to have an update now on the shooting that took place at the tailgating area following the Jackson State homecoming game this past weekend, where a child was hit. That child's condition has stabilized. Of course, he was shot during a tailgate Saturday. Now, the cause of that shooting still has not been determined, but JPD officers who were in the area did not receive reports of shots fired at anyone. Instead, attendees told officers about a pop sound and found the 11-year-old boy shot in the abdomen.
You have to understand this is a family-oriented event where people are enjoying themselves. You have children there. If you did have someone there negligently or irresponsibly handling a weapon, then that is a concern. And another thing that comes along with this, people are consuming alcohol within this area. Alcohol and guns don't mix. It's too early to tell if that's the case, but if that is a scenario, then that should also be addressed.
Chief Jones tells Three on Your Side the child's condition has improved after undergoing emergency surgery over the weekend. Capitol Police are leading that investigation. Now, state leaders are offering their condolences following this weekend of violence. Governor Tate Reeves saying in a tweet and on a post on social media that they will find those responsible and bring them to justice. But this event, or these events, I should say, have sparked conversations about safety at other large-scale events. Commissioner Andy Gibson says a lot of planning goes into security for the state fair, for example, and Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall says he doesn't think the right response is to cancel large events. Instead, he's speaking with other schools about safety protocols and how they can assist.
I think it's important that we continue to have homecoming events and that people get out there and they celebrate and they break bread together. And really, individuals like this only win if they prevent us from sharing love and respect and time with one another.
Now, State Auditor Shad White notes federal data shows Mississippi has one of the highest per capita homicide rates in the country. His office did a study a few years ago that shows beyond the loss of human life, there's a cost to taxpayers. Their estimates are that a homicide costs anywhere from $900,000 to $1.2 million when you consider the investigation, criminal justice system, and prison costs. Well, we have all of that, and that was a lot to get through in terms of these updates for these various investigations around the state. FBI working very quickly to get those 4 individuals arrested and help local law enforcement with that, considering that those arrests were announced yesterday, just 2 days after the shooting happened there in Leland, the deadly shooting. So, certainly that those individuals will make their way through the criminal justice system, and we'll continue to report on that. Sheikah Hampton saying my condolences go out to the family. I would appreciate that. I'm sure that they appreciate that. That's something that I think we're all united in at this point, is just, support for them during this incredibly difficult time. The Book Rack in Jackson saying, keep up the good work. Well, hey, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today with us and for getting your thoughts in there. And we really appreciate that. We want to leave you with a positive story about the museum trail. Now, this is something that's pretty exciting. It's expanding into the city of Jackson. In fact, the heart of downtown Jackson, that multi-use trail is going to connect museums, restaurants, neighborhoods, and the Jackson State University campus. Newly painted green bridge supports on East Pearl Street mark the entry point between the GM&O Depot and Howland Mouse. Mayor John Horn explains what this development means for Jackson.
This is the beginning of a great movement in our city to make it more walkable, to make it more vibrant, and to also spur economic development along the trail.
This expansion is being created through a multitude of partnerships. The new trail extension is set to open in the spring or summer of 2026. We appreciate you for watching today in this WLBT Plus digital news update for October 14th, your Tuesday. State Fair has ended. It ended yesterday. But hey, we've got a lot of other news that we're going to be talking about. The National Folk Festival is coming up next month here in the capital city. That's exciting. And we want to let you know that we're going to have another update here at 2:30 p.m., your digital news desk update with your First Alert weather team, and our early evening newscasts that start at 4 o'clock. You can watch them on air and online through our app, and certainly through your digital antenna or cable or however else you get us. But we appreciate you watching for today. We're going to leave you with a word from our sponsor, Jackson Water, and we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock tomorrow for the digital news desk. Thanks for watching.
From Jackson Water, is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.